We filmed everything. Every hammer strike, every measurement, every careful hand guiding metal into form. But there was one moment when the camera had to stop. Not because we chose to, because we were asked to. Meet Marimuthu again, the man who carries a craft in his hands and a secret in his lineage. By now, the base plate is marked and cut, copper sheets are prepared and stacked, and silver bars have been rolled into delicate sheets, hours of precise work already complete. Then comes a step that has been practiced for 250 years, a secret technique applied only to silver, to ensure it doesn't stick during the impression stage. And when we reached that moment, Marimuthu turned to us and said something we hadn't expected.
This step I cannot show you. This is something we do not film. Every artisan family has their own way of doing this with the silver. If we make even a small mistake here, the silver sheets will stick together. Everything will be ruined. This is our traditional method. It has been with us for generations.
We put the camera down, not out of frustration, but out of respect. Because in that refusal, we understood something deeper. Some knowledge is not hidden to create mystery. It is protected to preserve survival. This is not about gatekeeping. It's about guarding precision. The secret process ensures that when the silver is heated and treated, it does not fuse incorrectly during the impression stage. One wrong temperature, one miscalculated moment, and months of material, costly silver, carefully prepared, becomes waste. Each artisan family has developed their own variation of this technique over decades. Small adjustments, slight differences in timing, nuances learned through trial, error, and inherited wisdom. It is not written down. It is not taught in classrooms. It lives only in practice.
I learned this from my father. He learned it from his father. When I teach my sons, I watch them carefully. I correct them if they make mistakes. This is how it stays alive. If we share everything openly, people may try it without understanding. They will fail, waste the silver, and then say the craft itself is flawed. So we protect the method, not to hide, but to honor it.
Rajamanikam is 70 years old. He has been doing this work since he was 10. For him, this secrecy is not about control. It is about responsibility to the material, to the craft, to the generations that came before and the ones that might come after. When Marimuthu applies the secret treatment to the silver, he's not just preparing metal. He is preparing a foundation that will carry hours of impression work, fixing and detailing. If this foundation fails, everything that follows becomes impossible. The artisan loses time they cannot recover, income they cannot afford to lose, and the reputation of a craft already struggling to survive takes another blow. The secret is not romantic. It is practical. It is survival.
People ask me, why don't you teach everyone? But it's not that simple. This requires years of watching, learning, trying. We teach only those who return every day, who show commitment through time, not just words. Only then do we share what our fathers taught us.
Commitment here is not measured in months. It is measured in years, in silent observation, in mistakes made under supervision, in hands that return every day, even when the work is hard and the income is uncertain. Marimuthu learned by watching his father and uncle for years before he ever attempted this step himself. Even now, after 2 decades of practice, he remains cautious, focused, aware that one careless moment can undo everything. There are only 5 to 10 families left who make authentic Thanjavur art plates. That means there are only 5 to 10 versions of this silver secret still alive. Each family holds a thread of knowledge that, if broken, cannot be recovered. No book can restore it. No internet search can retrieve it. When Marimuthu protects this process, he is not protecting his livelihood alone. He is protecting a 250-year-old conversation between silver, fire, and human intuition.
Sometimes I think, what if something happens to me? What if I cannot work tomorrow? My brother knows this. My father knows this. But what about 10 years from now? 20 years? Will there be someone to carry this forward? That fear is always there. Not fear for myself, fear for the craft.
And so, the secret remains, not as a barrier, but as a filter. It asks, are you willing to stay? Are you willing to learn slowly, fail quietly, and earn this knowledge through time and respect? Most people are not, and that is why most people walk away. When the secret treatment is complete, the silver emerges transformed, ready to be impressed, shaped, and fitted into the plate. We did not see how it was done, but we saw the result. Silver sheets that lie flat without sticking, impressions that hold their form without warping, layers that come together with precision because the foundation was protected. That is what the secret produces, not mystery, but reliability.
If you do this step correctly with the silver, the rest of the work becomes easier. If you rush it, or skip it, or do it carelessly, everything after that will fight you. The metal will not cooperate. Your hands will struggle. This is why we do not compromise here. This step decides everything.
Some traditions survive because they are celebrated. Others survive because they are protected. The Thanjavur Art Plate has lasted 1,000 years, not because everyone knew how to make it, but because a few families refused to let it become easy, refused to let it be reduced, refused to compromise what their ancestors trusted them to carry. Marimuthu is one of those guardians, and when he asked us to turn off the camera, we understood. Some things are not meant to be seen by everyone. They are meant to be earned. And that is how they stay sacred.